Hi everyone. Today we're going to be visiting the ninth station of the cross. And this is the station where Jesus falls for the third time. In case you're just tuning in, you haven't watched any of the other videos, just a reminder, if you scroll down to the bottom of the page, there is a link to the USCCB's resource we've been using, which is called Stations of the Cross, Overcoming Racism. So clearly every one of the stations that we're doing, it does have a very particular theme centered around racism, which also is one of the 5 Sisters of Mercy critical concerns. So if you'd like to follow along, feel free to click on the link, and if not, you can just sit back, maybe close your eyes and relax and pray with us as we begin. So as we enter into prayer, just ask that we take a deep breath and ask for some calm and peace as we enter into prayer. The ninth station. Jesus falls for the third time. We adore you, O Christ, and we praise you, because by your holy cross you have redeemed the world. You impose on people burdens hard to carry, but you yourselves do not lift one finger to touch them. Woe to you! Jesus is weighed down by the weight of the cross, as though bearing the sins of the whole world. Racism is a cross most often borne by people of color, but it is not just an individual burden. It has community-wide impacts. Our nation's social structures and political institutions maintain policies and practices that magnify the sufferings of communities of color. As a result, systematic racism persists. Tragedies such as the water crisis in Flint, Michigan, usually fall most heavily on minority communities. Toxic waste sites and industrial facilities that pollute the water and air are more likely to be located near communities of color. Low-income people of color are hit hardest by hurricanes like Katrina and Harvey, and find it hardest to recover. Children of color suffer lead poisoning disproportionately. Differences in the distribution of educational resources disadvantage African Americans, Hispanics, and Native Americans. Our social structures have allowed patterns of systematic racism to persist. We must work to change these patterns. Jesus, the call to change social and economic structures that perpetuate racism can be uncomfortable. Help us to acknowledge the roots of racial injustice and work to change them. A lot of us might be having a lot of extra time at home these days. So maybe that would be a good opportunity for us to think about these questions and to think about these social injustices. How can you help people in your community who are suffering as a result of social inequality? How can you be a positive advocate for change in social and economic justice? Hopefully this will be something you can reflect on and think out throughout the week and throughout the day, and think about what you can do to be a positive force in your community. All right, until next time, see you later.